Hi, this is Elvina, and I wanted to do a quick video to show you the details for making a pillar card. But first, before I do it's a pretty easy card to do, but there's some scoring involved, and that sometimes gets people confused. So I thought I would show you that part of it. But first, you need to know what a pillar card is. It's a card that will stand up. So like this card here, when it's in the envelope, this is the usual size of a card. You can lay it flat, mail it, and then when you take it out of the envelope, you don't really open it. You just open it like so, and then you stand it up. It stands up. So then, this is how, so you can kind of see how it looks standing up. So I want to give credit for the idea for this card to a demonstrator named Laura Seeke, I believe. And she did one with the Jungle Pals. This is actually from Celebration. The toucan and the sloth are so cute. And anyway, I added a few more to mine. But anyway, it was a great idea. And I thought, wow, we don't have to just use Jungle Pals. This is a fun card whenever you have a special occasion. You want to send something with some dimension to it. So pillar card, you can add a lot of dimension to it. So let me just show you another one. This one, because after I saw that card, I thought, oh, I want to do one with the Reach for the Stars. So here's this card. I've turned it the other way, and then when you pull it out, or you stand it up, it's like this, but that's kind of how you would look at it when you stand it up. So I thought, well, that's kind of cool, you know, for someone graduating or what, you know, any occasion. But just now to prove to you that it really does fit in an envelope. Here's your standard envelope. So I've got another card that I put in the envelope. And this one I made as a get well card because I wanted to send a bunch of flowers. So let me hold this over here. So we take it out, open it up. So I've got my get well wishes. This is the Meandering Meadows designer paper that's only available online. But the flowers are all from Sending Smiles stamp set. And then it will also stand up just like the others. And I did poke a couple holes to stick a couple flowers just to give a little more depth to it. So that's that card. Okay, now let me show you about scoring. Okay, so the first one would be for this card, which is your usual 8.5 by 5.5, okay? Half a piece of cardstock going across the short way. So these pillars are going to be a little bit narrower than the other pillars on the other cards. So I have the measurements written down here. For the 8.5 by 5.5, you're going to score at 1 1/16, 2 1/8, 3 3/16, 4 1/4. And I know those 16ths mess people up. But let me just tell you, there's usually on most rulers, there's only 16 lines between each inch. And so those are usually the shortest lines. So you can count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, that's a fourth. 5, 6, 7, 8, that's a half. 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 3/4. 13, 14, 15, 16. So there you go. So we're going to do this. I need to have this out so I can remember. At 1 1/16. And as you can tell, I've kind of already done this because I messed up, so I had to start over. So anyway, here's the 1 1/16. And then it's 2 1/8, which is 2, and it could be 2/16 if that's easier. Okay, and we score there. And then it's at 3 3/16. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then it's at the 4 1/4, which would be 4/16, which is the middle of your card, which is where you would normally fold it anyway. So then, let me take that out and show you. Okay, so we fold them. And I did get my bone folder. I can make good crease. Fold each fold. So you get a good crease on it. And then how the pillar goes together. I put my designer paper, whatever decorations I'm putting on first. And then lastly, I put some Terran tape on here. And that piece is going to be stuck to the back of the card. Okay, so if you can see that, see, that gets stuck down there. So you don't have to put any decoration on here. You're going to put tape on there and stick it down. Okay, and then you're going to have your, whatever your greeting you're having here and your other stuff here. You decorate as you desire. Okay, let me do the long one now, which would be 4 1/4 by 11. You're going to cut the cardstock the long way. So it's 4 1/4 wide and 11 inches long. And then it's going to be scored, let me just hold it up here so you can see, at 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 4 1/4, 5 1/2, which is again the middle of the card where you would normally fold it. Okay, let me get my scoring machine again. And what did I say? 1 3/8. So I'm going to start here 1 3/8. So that every 2 is an 8. So there's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Okay. Score that. And then it's 2 3/4. So there's 2 inches, and then 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. Okay. And score that. And then 4 1/8. So I'm going to go up here to 4 inches, and 1/8 is 2 lines. That's a 16th, and a 16th is 1/8. Okay, and then 5 1/2, which is my usual place to fold the card in half. So score that. Okay, now, okay, why am I not seeing? I'm not seeing this. Oh, there. I guess it's just the lighting. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this, and then find the next one, and fold it, and the next one, yeah, it's this light color. Oh, and I learned something, just a little tip for you. My husband worked with paper. He was a printer, and he said paper has a grain, and so if you don't want to end up with all those cracks around your fold, I didn't score that real solidly. Score it. The long way is going against the grain. The short way, this way, is going with the grain. So a lot of times you can just fold the card in half, no problem. But when you try to fold the paper, the cardstock, the long way, without scoring it, you get more wrinkles and crinks there, or whatever. Anyway, that's a good idea to score. Okay, hopefully you understood that. Sorry, okay, well anyway, so this is how this card's going to go together. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it together because I do have my samples here. I went ahead and got them all ready ahead of time. So like I said, before I stick it down, first thing I want to do is put this piece on the inside. I've left a little border around it. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down, and I just use the Lighting the Way dies and stamp set. And then this is the paper, because I wanted kind of starry paper. So this is, as you can tell from the Reach for the Stars. Okay, so I'm using a little Tombow glue here. Oops, got a big blob there. Okay, and I would suggest doing this. Get your insides ready and then put the card together, rather than trying to work around already having pressed the folds down. It's a little harder to do it. So this one I'm going to have on the inside because it's not going to be very noticeable. Whoops, that's the one that's going to be taped. In fact, so that I don't forget that, I just used some tear and tape because it's a pillar card. I want it to stay. So let me just put some tape on here. I'm going to put a piece of tape kind of right by the fold. And then I'm going to put another piece of tape right by the edge here. Okay, I forget to look and make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, there. So now I know that I'm not going to put anything on that one. Okay, so this is the one going on the inside. And again, I cut these so that there will be a little bit of a border around them. Let me just Get a little glue on there. And stick this down here with a border at the top and the bottom. And then this is my one that's going to be in the middle. And I don't want to make sure none of this stuff gets glued down because the fold, you'll see when I open it, that has to be free to open. The only piece you want glued down is your designer paper that's fitting right over this rectangle area. Okay, so that, and then this piece is going to go here, and I'm just going to have to fit it underneath that. And again, I don't want to tape down my plant. So, to be a little bit careful here. Get that in here. Oh, I think this one didn't get trimmed as much as the other, but that's okay. Okay, so now I've got my 4 sections, 3 sections, 4 because I happen to tape that one down, and so it's going to go together like this. So let me just peel my tape off. I'm going to lay this down so I don't bend everything, and peel my tape off. Oops, okay. I usually, here, let me press on it with my fingernail a little bit to make sure it's stuck down, because once in a while the tape will come up with the, and so see now I have this folded here, and I want to just lay this right over top of it. Make sure this is down good. Lay it right over the top. And then the card is together. So now this is how it would go in your envelope. And then when they open it, ta-da! There it is. And it can be stood up. So, you know, like this one, this is a saying from the retired Lighthouse Point, I think it was. But I like that saying, your light shines brighter than you know. I just think that's kind of an encouragement card. So and I already know who I'm going to send this to, but I just think it's a fun card. Okay, so that's it. That's really all you need to know. I'll just have this right here. Let me hold it up here once again because I've got some shadows here. So you can look at the measurements. It's an 8.5 by 5.5, and that's where you score. And this is 4 1/4 by 11, and that's where you score. And then you just fold it, put it together, and you've got your filler, your stand-up card for whatever occasion you want. Thanks for watching. Bye.